Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Take the long, tall trail to the sun.
Howdy everyone, welcome back to more for the Gone Path Internationals. I'm your host and commentator, the BlackShadow, and welcome to 2023. It is a brand new year. I am personally kind of happy to see the back of 2022. But although it is a brand new year, we have still got plenty of action from the Golden Path Internationals. The tournaments had basically a week off for Christmas and New Year's. I built a bit of extra time for the tournament to allow for that, but we've only got 3 weeks or so until the conclusion of the group stages, and we have got so many games to be played in that period of time, so there's going to be a ton of content coming your way, and it's going to be keeping myself and the rest of the commentary team pretty busy. Anyways, we're going to look at Group C action today. Now, Group C is the same group that we started off this tournament. The very first game of the tournament played by Group C. A pretty close affair, won by Fleischer here. But we're going to be not seeing them in this one. This is Week 3 action. So we're going to be seeing Mace, who got second, and Ivan, who got third in that group game. But also being joined by Sword Cancel in our first game as well for the tournament for PoppaG. Now, I'm going to be honest, I actually reckon PoppaG is perhaps low-key, but probably one of the stronger players going around currently. Maybe it doesn't quite attract as much of the attention and accolade as some others do, you know, like Orski, Lannister, there's a few other names that come to mind. But I do think PoppaG, very strong player, has had a pretty good history in both games and as well in the previous tournaments, making their way through the knockout stages as well, did a pretty good job, and I would expect to see a pretty good showing for PoppaG so far, but it's their first game of the tournament, so there's a bit of pressure on this, knowing that some of the results are there. This group is definitely up for the taking. Doom, the only person to play one and win one, so plenty to play for in this game. Alright then, so we're just getting ourselves gathered up for the game here, being joined for co-commentary by TheJoshWag. Howdy, hope you're good.
I'm doing great.
Good New
Hope you
Year's.
enjoyed your break.
Yeah, oh, it
Shadow?
was so badly needed. Oh my goodness, mate. so badly needed. Alright then, so this is our first game with the board, since we have some updates here, so we should have ourselves some automated scoreboards at the top right once play gets underway here, but people got to choose their leaders first. Let's have a look at need the black seat here. So let's have a look at our row and text here. So we've got a pretty tempting row here. Some very strong cards here. Pyre of Rays, Shifting Allegiances, definitely taking the eye there. Two of the better cards of the entire game there for a row. So that's going to encourage like a Helena, for example, if it's available. Charney is always interesting early for the extra water, although it is expensive. But just this is a nice solid card. And then Assassination Mission, which is always good early if you can try and get that trash so you can pick up the Solari for Swordmaster and such. Nice cheap text as well. Trading drones, mobile quarters, troop transport. So that's going to encourage stuff like a Beast here. And let's see what we have got. And we do indeed have both of them. Helena exists. Beast is in the game. Baron, pretty much all the strong leaders here are available in the game. This is going to be a pretty powerhouse game here. I honestly think most of these look pretty good to go here.
Yeah, I agree. Very strong leaders out in the row. I compared this to one of my last games. We had Menmong and Romber picked. It's crazy. We'll see what goes on here. Thinking Helena in the 4th position, but goes for Tessia.
I've been taking Tessia in 4th position is pretty brave. It's not her best spot. She can definitely do well in it. I mean, Tessia's bonus is very strong here. PoppaG was mentioned at the start of it, is in 1st position for this one, so he's going to have to sit and wait here. Sword Cancel's up next. Surely Helena's going to be picked by someone in Pyre de Vries and Shifting Allegiances. It seems insane that neither Helena or Ikaz gets picked here. Surely one of them does. But everyone's good here. Beast is good. Baron's good. Hyuna's good with like Assassination Mission. I mean, pretty much anyone here is playable. Even Rombo is playable with training drones, troop transports. Maybe if you want to go down that route. Like all of these leaders have good use here. Maybe not Hundro. I don't think this is the best Hundro game in the world. But other than that, I think everyone here is totally usable. Almost sport for choice.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
And we
Very
will
versatile.
We will see Helena in third position, which I think makes sense. Now it's off the second spot here. So what do you do here? Do you go Baron? It kind of feels obvious, but Beast if you want to get hold of like memo quarters and also potentially guarantee your way to shipping round 2. Probably more chance of getting it than Baron does here. Do you go Yuno and just smuggle twice and get Swordmaster? Do you go Ekaz, get on a shifting allegiances? I mean,
Yeah, all the options are available.
So many things to do here. It's kind of insane. So it's kind of more difficult. Like the players, when it's only like 4 or 5 of the noted strong leaders, it kind of streamless decisions. But here, like people have to make real conscious choices of what they want to do. And now you get into the stage of obviously seeing who's not there. So you notice there's no Helena. You notice there's no. For example, that's going to concern people that want to pick ECAD. You'd think Helena might... The fact Helena is gone and he's got all these strong leaders makes you think she's probably gone here, but... Again, plenty of choices.
Yeah.
I mean, I think anyone here is good. It just depends how you see it and what kind of challenges you think you're going to be encountering here. And what you think first player is going to be. What do you think PoppaG takes here? Do you think he just goes Beast or Baron? I mean, that's probably reasonably likely.
Yeah, maybe. We can also see Hundro here as well.
No, he goes for Ekaz. Okay,
Snaps
then.
Ekaz. Wow, that's interesting.
So,
I think he just wants to hit that 50-50 and get the shifting allegiances.
Indeed they do. So this is the new board here. That's a few too many cards. Players will need to just sort themselves out here with the tournament box for now. So we've got hold automation now for all of the tournaments, which is already good. You got automated scoreboard at the top right, as well as seeding for all the tokens as well. So it's all nice and good. Makes our lives significantly easier here. But obviously a bit more going on here. So we'll it's a little bit of a learning progress. But again, thanks everyone who's been working in the background to get this up and running. Compared to where we were at the start of this tournament. So a whole lot of difference. All right, then. So here we go, then. So action is underway. And PoppaG is going to start with Ekaz here. Doesn't use his Seek Allies. He's going to hold it for later on. He's going to go and smuggle first up here. Yuna's got all of her power cards now. So we're going to see Fold Space now. A bit unfortunate here. She's going to struggle to actually get access to... she's going to actually struggle to get hold of Fold Space immediately. With Diplomacy also in her hand here. A little bit awkward. Helena with Diplomacy and her dagger. She's got a decent persuasion hand, but has no signet ring. Tezia's got Seek Allies and both of her daggers as well, so maybe we're going to see some come up from her. Skirmish is the opening combat here, so victory point on offer, which is why Helena decides she's going to get involved straight away here. Tezia definitely wanted to hit that spot, so a bit unfortunate. Maybe we'll see... definitely see maybe Steel Suits here, but this game's going to probably go at a pretty high rate of knots here, so we'll keep up as best as we can.
Yeah, all these players are very experienced. The first few rounds are going to be going fast, it seems like.
But it's no easy choices here. Tezia already with the first sort of interest. But I think Steel Suits looks good. Get 2 troops in. You've got both daggers. Maybe even consider getting some cash in. And then maybe going for the early Great Flats. Next round, Conspire. You're gonna have 7. You're gonna have 7 Solari minimum. And then if anyone cashes in any shipping early, then you're good to go for Swordmaster. Ekaz was obviously changed his mind, was wanting Steel Suits. That's been denied, so he goes to Carfag. He's got both his daggers as well, so he wants to get involved in the combat here, and will do. Finds Know Their Ways, pretty good. Yuna for the cash, makes sense. Stay out of this one. Helena up next. She has got 5 persuasion. She might consider revealing, and she does. This is something I've noticed people have started doing more often now, is going Hardy Warriors and insta-revealing. It has sort of taken a bit of an uproot in the meta at the moment, and I don't hate it. Especially you can get hold of Pyre here, very, very strong card, especially if you don't have any signet ring to protect that. Now it's off to Tezia here. So Tezia, I think, is going to get involved here, and she's going to put in these 2 daggers. She's got them. It's going to be bad news, unfortunately, for Ekaz here, so there is going to be no intrigue for them. They both miss out. That's the way it goes. Ekaz has nothing to buy, so he will do so. Can trash a card with his ability. I can't tell him he can trash a card of his ability. He might not choose to trash a card of his ability.
Yeah, opts not to. Interesting choice.
Yuna takes Assassination Mission with a weak reveal, and then Tezia just taking hold of Arrakis Liaison here, so that's going to be that. So, a couple of coins for Tezia and Ekaz. Helena only just manages to find her way to victory here. PoppaG does not find the right intrigue. Not even sure finding No Their Ways is really that strong an intrigue for him. It's a bump, I guess, but it's not a faction he's ever likely to be trying to pursue here, so is what it is. Anyways, on to the second round. So we're going to be going a pretty quick rate on something early on here. So Trade Monopoly is next up here. People do like their shipping. Very good second place for round 2. Even third place isn't bad here, so lots going on here. Yuna's going to continue to take hold of some cash here, as you would expect. Also keeping Ekaz out of the way. Helena now has her Signet Ring. I expect we'll see a play for shifting allegiances. She's got her Fold Space in first. Tezia up now. So Tezia does have Signet Ring. She's got Diplomacy as well. So curious to see what the plan is going to be for Tezia. She's out of troops, which is a problem. Maybe go well for something? I'm not entirely sure what she wants to do here. We'll see. She might also go with Still Suits and look to trash something to discuss something for the spice, but decides just to take the wealth and takes the coins, which is fine. Off to Ekaz, trying to work out what he wants to do, so he's going to go for some mining first, so probable intentions to pick up memo corders, get some techs here, you would imagine. Yuna up next. Yuna has the option to go hang a base, Imperial Basin here and get some troops in, which I don't hate. I think that's actually a pretty good spot here. It's not the best, but you're getting a spy, you're getting a couple of troops in. You're going to get probably second place minimum, you would think.
Well, it just hurts a little bit because everyone else behind you has an action. But you do know that red and green don't have daggers.
Yeah, exactly. You pay attention, you know. So they've got to put in 3 troops if they want to oppose you here. And red doesn't even have any troops in garrisons, so I think this is totally fine. I think it's a good spot for it. 4 persuasion's totally fine, and we do see it from Mace. I think this is a good move. Off to Helena now.
For water and intrigue, not bad.
Minimum. I mean,
You're lucky.
That's pretty good.
Might be able to ship.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Helena is going to be in next. So Helena has her Signet Ring here. She does have a dagger as well, so might see a trip to Carthag. Might go Tech Negotiation instead to block Ekaz. I'd be a bit surprised to see that. Might also just go dagger to that. I really don't entirely know what she wants to do here. We'll see. But she's just going to get troops in here, I guess, and try to take the combat down, which makes sense. So,
yeah, I think you try to grab shifting here with your ring.
Shifting seems the best one for it. Ekaz would love to get hold of X-Guild Compact. No, he's going to go for this here. Well, interesting. So just taking out Sardaukar Legion, there's no chance of actually taking that, so she's just going to remove it out. Find ambush, so we'll be able to win the combat if they so desire. That's a good find. Tezia's up. Tezia's going to use her Signet Ring. Does she block Tech Negotiation? She does. She's going to take the memo quarters. Gets in front of Ekaz there, who I think surely was after that. So, problems for him there. Memo quarters. We'll be able to take both bumps now. She can take a bump from memo quarters and then can shift with her ring ability using duplicity to shift away from a faction to get a extra bump. And we'll be able to get access to shipping first there. That's the one of the benefits of Tezia. Like, you can usually get hold of shipping pretty quick here. She can discard a card for a spice and should do so. And that is exactly what happens. Ekaz, I imagine, was probably originally going there, so he's just going to go ahead and throw an extra troop in here and hope to find something here. But it kind of sucks. Ekaz doesn't really want to be digging through his deck yet. Doesn't find the dagger. 6 persuasion in hand, though, so it's pretty good. And everyone's going to be revealing ahead of him, so maybe some big cards come out here. And now he's having a look to see where people's daggers are, and he's going to realize that he's no good here. So he'll just
realize one troop is enough and just leave it.
Gets hold of shifting with the ability. Again, surprisingly, it did not take shifting out and was worried about putting Sardaukar Legion out of people's reach. A bit of a surprise. But okay, I guess. So sword for unit. Unit's going to have 4 to buy. There's a lot of decent cards here. X-Guild if you fancy it. Guild Chief Admin, I imagine, is going to be very attractive to Unit, seeing that shipping icon. And I expect that's what she'll grab. Some other useful cards.
Guild Chief Admin here.
Yeah. Space Travel's totally fine as well. Charlie's a little bit out of the price range, but the water's good. I expect we'll see that, and we do. Pure Shock Trooper comes off as someone feels going pretty adventurous in this game. I don't expect we'll see a buyer there. We've got 2 for Helena, who obviously tied the combat. She will just take a liaison and call it a day. That's out of there. Tezia with 3. Now, I don't know what Tezia wants to do here. Tezia with X-Guild Combat can be very, very dangerous. Especially if he wants to make a push for the Alliance and kind of secure it. But depends how you see it. You know, I actually don't mind this. I think this game, even looking to get hold of a Dreadnought or two, like, you're going to be very hard to fight in the mid-game here. Yuna's not going to be quite up and running, and that's what we do see. I think this is a very cool pick here from TeZia. I think this is very dangerous. And 6 for Ekaz, he would just take Chani and grab the water, which he must take there. So, Helena will take the combat down with ambush, I would imagine. It's her choice. She could take the tie, but she will take the combat down. Not surprised by this at all. So, a spare troop and a bump for her troubles. And she's going to... I shouldn't take both up here. Combat resolved, and we will move on. Sorry.
She'll be like first next round, so see if she takes hold space if she gets access, or smuggling maybe just to get a bump.
Smuggling looks like it's going to be with that kind of hand. Finds a liaison, finds Pyder as well. Shimmer push was the intrigue for Yuna. Not bad if you get the win. That is, you know, the extra Solari is always good. Bit of a tricky hand though. TeZia finds Gig Skill Compact immediately. So, interesting to see what she's going to do. I actually don't even hate TeZia Vernius actually just going Skill Compact right away, knowing that you're probably pretty safe for instead of shipping here. Well, I say that. Well, I mean, Helena does get access, which is going to scare you, perhaps. I don't know. You can either way on this. We'll see. Probably has to do it first. I mean, you'd be pretty brave to, I guess, now, yeah, given that situation. So, goes in Cellar first, which is fine. Don't hate it. No one has Swordmaster yet. No one has access to Swordmaster either. So you'd think probably fairly likely there's going to be fighting for Mentat pretty shortly. Chani up first to get hold of the spice. So Ekaz threatening Highliners here is the raid stockpile combat. Not the best. Yuna's going to go Wealth again. So she's prepping up for Swordmaster here. I assume with the Fold Space card. Back to Helena. Helena's got a ton of persuasion here. She has 7 persuasion in hand, which is kind of insane, but there's no great cards for it. Does Helena consider going Mentat, maybe? I think we're going to see a Mentat play. Yeah, I'm not surprised here. Finds her other dagger. It's a little bit unfortunate, actually. So, we'll see here. TeZia will indeed bank up her first Dreadnought. I like this. I think this is good. Gives you extra bumps as well onto this, and just want to get rid of both those cards. Get those Dreadnoughts in play here. It's going to make you pretty dangerous here in the mid to late game. Combat's still up and running. Ekaz has all this spice, and he's got to have to make a decision what he wants to use for it. We'll see. Don't know what the plan is. Is he going like invasion ships or something?
Maybe you go for your own Dreadnought?
He's going invasion. I don't think he's going to go Dreadnoughts just yet, but he's going to go and get on invasion ships. He's going to bank up some troops and future access to, instead of shipping, you would imagine. Swordmaster indeed for Yuna. First up there is pretty good. Helena has Mentat in action here, so it depends what she wants to do here. I mean, I honestly don't hate using Pyder here. I think the extra intrigue, when you don't have any, is pretty valuable. Alright, he's got free persuasion. But there's no great cards out there. And there's only be a couple of reveals ahead of you. You're kind of guessing a bit. I think the extra intrigue is good. I think we can probably hit in Carthag, pull 2 intrigues, get some troops in, and kind of reevaluate from there, I think.
Yeah, you can win this combat going Carthag.
Ekaz is out of actions. Yuna's not got any real troops in, so you can take this down if you want. I think it's worth the extra intrigue for the extra persuasion, given the board, and that's exactly what we do see. So 2 intrigues for Helena is pretty nice. Grand Conspiracy first up here. Very cool. Not the easiest to use, though, in the world. And we'll also find... Ooh, that's a big one. Hello. One of the better intrigues in the game. Just a straight extra action there. So, Grand Conspiracy is not the easiest to fire off to get victory points here. 2 Dreadnoughts. Spice was Flow, 2 4+ faction alliance persuasion rating things, and a high council seat are the 4 things that Helena requires, and you need at least 3 of those for a point. Bit tricky, we'll see how she does. TeZia reveals Takes Imperial Spy, I think it's a good pick. Ekaz continuing to hold on to seek allies, and finally a big card does come off here, Mud Mahayim, which Yuna can actually take here, by the way. She has 7 persuasion currently. So interesting spot here for Yuna. I'm not too sure what she wants to do.
Yeah, I think you can early reveal and just just take it. It's a great card. What else are you gonna do? You can draw out the
Imperial
Arcane and hope to
Basin.
hit.
You're getting 2 spies for your troop, you'd imagine. That feels pretty good. You might even consider using strategic push to get ahead of ECADS if you want it and deprive him of a spice. Keep him below 6. It's an interesting spot. Arcane, the card draw. I don't hate either. I don't entirely despise it. Knowing you've got strategic push, like, you could make life difficult for Helena here. Arcane, put both in if you find, like, a dagger. I think it's fine. I don't think there's any real cards here that it's like, if you draw, it sucks. You've already played your Diplomacy. You can't use your Signet Ring. You know, I don't think there's any cards that are like, it's a real disaster to draw. It's a tough one.
The problem is, like, she has 2 daggers, and I think she's gonna go for Grandma Maheim.
Yeah, she's just gonna grab Maheim and just call it a day. And she does do so. It's a very, very powerful... Even if you don't have the Bene Gesserit to get hold of the ability, just the reveal itself is very strong. So,
yeah, the access is great too.
Helena's going to take this down. Ikaz is going to get a very nice, cheap second place. He'll take that. 4 to buy for Helena. Some interesting rogue cards out there, but 4 is very awkward here. Fedaykin, or however you pronounce it, it's also not too bad. X-Engineers turned up for any tech buying, although the techs are still very cheap. So I actually think there's good value for X-Engineer here. Worm Riders for combat as well. We do see Fedaykin out here. Good card for Helena. No, that's city access. It's unblockable. Nothing will be played here, I imagine. So, well, nothing can be played. So Helena will take it down, get a 3rd intrigue, 3 spies. 2 spies for PoppaG will be very happy with that. Helena finds Expedite here. Nice card. Very useful at getting hold of troops into combat when the enemy doesn't suspect it. It's a nice one. Good value for the spice. Alright, here we go then. So it is round 4. Yes, round 4 here. Desert Power's the next combat. Plenty of water on value here. The victory point as well. Hardy Warriors is going to be very desirable. And most players can get there in some form or another. Tezia will be up first, so Tezia should be going instead of shipping here. Now, I actually don't hate Tezia, perhaps looking to take a tech here. And going up and down and taking the tech. She's going to start running out of access to instead of shipping. So I actually think going up and down here, take a tech on your trip, isn't terrible.
Yeah, maybe troop transports.
Troop transports is very desirable. And X-Engineer is on the row. And I just think you've got to be looking to take techs here. Troop transport is taken.
Yeah, she has 2 free techs already.
So, yeah, that's pretty good. Supposed to be the next one. So, again, very cheap techs on the row here. So, X-Engineer looking pretty nice. 3 troops coming in here. I expect we'll probably see at least a couple of them in. I wouldn't necessarily put them all in. But I'm happy to put in at least 2. She'll probably just whack them all in, and does. Again, no one's really close to Swordmaster here. Like, Tezzia's only just got there. There's going to be some Mentat fighting. So Tezia, interesting. So Tezia takes the alliance with the Spacing Guild, and then she's going to deploy it away to get hold of the extra water at the Fremen here. So that's pretty nice. Ikaz is just going to take the cash to get hold of his Swordmaster. He is going to shift away here. He's just going to go ahead and he's going to use the Fremen bump. Just go for the... He's gone up basically with the Fremen and then gone down to take 2 bumps with the spacing. Yuna is going to discard and trash by playing Guild Chief Admin. Really cool. Getting her shipping access. Everyone's there. That is 5 Solari for Yuna there. 4+1 for her ability. Very, very nice.
Yeah, great value. Powers up her ring.
Yeah, very good. Lots of stuff going on here. Helena is going to go instead of shipping here. No one going Hardy Warriors just yet. Helena's probably going to trash, I imagine, like a dagger or something I would expect to see. And she does trash one of her daggers to draw 3 cards here. So, maybe eyeing up Worm Riders. We'll see. Fedaykin. She's got a huge hand. She has got... I think she has 9 Persuasion in hand at the moment, folks, which is kind of insane. Maybe looking to get some recall action going on here. Tezzia's going to take Swordmaster. Makes sense. Ikaz with his ring. Taking Mentat or High Council? I don't... I think I go Mentat here. I think with diplomacy in hand, I think I'd probably go Mentat. You want to be firing that off somewhere. A little tricky, but I don't hate this. I don't think High Council's good enough for you. You got 5 persuasion or 4. It's like, eh.
Yeah, if it got you 6 and gave you access to treachery, maybe, but I think Mentat's better. Agrees.
Does agree. Finds charming. Okay. That might encourage a trip to Hardy Warriors if it's still there. You're just gonna start picking up some. You're just gonna pick up some spice from Impaga Basin. I think I'd be leaving the out. She's got both her daggers in hand. This is really awkward for Yuna. I think you've just gotta just stay out of this combat here. I don't think it's worth it. Use a dagger for like, you know, a tech or something. Maybe get artillery or something. I don't know. But I think leaving the outs. I think I'm happy with that. Helena did want Mentat, but it has been lost, so she's going to go High Council. She's going to put aside a card here, Treachery. Now, she does have a ton of Persuasion here. She does have... she's got 10 Persuasion, so does Helena take Treachery and something else, or does she go for Spice Must Flow? Unsure. It's a tough one. We'll see.
Now, as Tessia, do you early reveal here for a guild ambassador?
I don't think so. I think you got to accept this probably. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, no one else has put into combat yet, but you've got to expect that Ekaz is likely going to challenge you here with the Mentat access. So, if you want to win the combat, you've got to put in more troops here with the Dreadnought as well. And I think that's why we're going to see a trip to Carthag here. And that's exactly what we do see. Or Arakeen, okay, go the other way. But either way, I think both of these have to go in here, and will do so. You've got to. Gotta get them in, for being scared of like Hardy Warriors and such. And we'll see Ekaz is gonna probably change his mind. Oh, it's a little brave leaving the troop out. I think you gotta bank that there. Victory points are big. So Ekaz will not be able to take this on Hardy Warriors now. So he's gonna probably reform his idea. Maybe just go Still Suits instead. Looks fine to me here, right?
Yeah, well, neither player had access. Could actually go to Hardy Warriors. Neither had water, so.
Oh, of
maybe
course,
you
it
do
didn't
save
have
that
water.
extra
You're right. I do apologize. Good spot. Oh, in that case, then yeah, I guess I probably wouldn't have put all the troops in. Yeah, that is a good point. I didn't need to then. Oh, never mind. It's done. So just secrets for Ekaz. Find diversion. Training drones for Yuna is an interesting pick. I
don't mind it. I think you gotta find a few combat VPs with Yuna.
I think you're probably correct. It's only turn 4, it's only round 4, so you're gonna get like at least 3 or 4 hits of that, I guess. It's not terrible. I don't hate it. And we'll opt to take it. We have got restricted ordnance as the next tech here. Might get some value, I suspect. Helena is going to go ahead and urgent recall.
Away.
She's got ton of persuasion, so she's basically got a free move here. And she's going to go to Carthag here. Or is she going to draw cards?
She's drawing a lot.
Well, she's now got 12 persuasion in hand. So she's going, obviously, treachery and something else. That was clear. She decided she was going to treachery and she was not going for Spice Must Flow here. I don't know if that's the right call or not, but she now has 12 persuasion. So that's going to be... and also, as well, given the fact that no one else had gone into the combat, a great second place here. So I don't hate getting in the troops here. Tessie does pick up Ixion Engineer. I like it. Ekaz will take Guild Ambassador instead. So Tessie knows she's got some work to do to defend. Yuna is going to go ahead and obviously not reveal for anything. And Helena has 12 persuasion here. So what on earth does she decide to do here with 12 persuasion?
Treachery for 5. Worm Riders, maybe.
I mean,
she doesn't have the second.
I think she's second guessing the Spicer's Flow, but I think you had to make that decision before you went to Arakeen. You had to have made your choice. Guild Bankers is on the row as well. There's a lot of good cards. Truthsayer is pretty solid. Smuggler's Fopter is very desirable. There's a lot going on here. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with you. I think Yuna's accidentally drawn like a hand early. I don't know what's going on here. Yuna's sorting herself out. She knows what she's doing. Hopefully.
I think Yuna's last card was a dagger, so I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure. So does go Worm Riders and Treachery, does Helena. Yeah, they can't do that. Yeah, these cards are still here. I mean, it's all gone pretty much. I think this is the only card they could draw. This is the problem when you start drawing early. All right then. So it's off to the next round. So Ikaz is going to be up first, and he'll go inside the shipping with BlackShadow Initiate. Pretty straightforward. Moving on to Yuna. Yuna's got an interesting hand. She finally has access to Signet Ring, and she can fire it off to do something if she wants. I don't know what you fire it off for. I'm kind of unsure about that. We have got Machinations. Is the next combat very desirable? There's 2 bumps. There's... Tetsu's got pretty much all the water here. So Tessie will be either going in or not. She might end up using Ixteel Compact to, like, try and re-solidify the alliance. Especially knowing that Ikaz does have Guild Ambassador now. That's going to be kind of scary. And you're going to feel like you've got to be defending that alliance. Yuna's got Signet Ring. She has already got hold of her Swordmaster. So I expect we're going to see it fire. But I really don't know what to do here as Yuna. You just go, like, Imperial Basin and take the free spice? It would give you 6 spice overall. So. I mean, I don't hate that.
Yeah, throw in Highliner.
You'd be threatening it at the very least. Maybe even pivot instead, and you go to Conspire or something. And Train Jones as well. I think we might see a Conspire play from Yuna. I would imagine. I don't know why. I just get a feeling she's going Conspire here. But we'll see. Does have to take a faction bump as well. Conspire. Does she? Yeah, I think she's going here. I think this is saying I'm going Conspiring. I think if she bumps up there, I think that's the plan. She could look to chance spacing, but I don't think it's the right call here. I don't particularly like it. I think knowing that Tessie's going to be defending anyways, and Ikaz has got Guild Ambassador, I think is I don't particularly like. So decides just go with the Fremen, which is fine.
Yeah, if you choose to go spacing, it's like a commitment for the next few rounds to lock it up.
I don't particularly like that, so Helena's just going to go and use her Expedite here. She's going to take the cash, so I think she's eyeing up Mentat here by the looks of it. Going to put Guild Bankers aside. Good card for Helena. Second Smuggler's Flopters on the row here. Wow, don't see that too often. Both of them out there. Tezier's up. Tezia opting to not defend Fold Space just yet. She's going to go ahead and get hold of Restricted Ordnance. Now, that tells a story. She obviously wanted to get hold of the third tech to pay for Ixen Engineer. So I don't hate that, but always interesting when people go the Arrakis Liaison to tech negotiation, or Mentat, or High Council. It's always telling. So Ikaz will take the bump, I imagine. I feel like he's probably got to pressure it, which he does. This might well force Tezia to go X-Skill Compact here, I suspect. If we do see Conspire from you, I just had a feeling she was going to do that. Just felt like it was going to be the play she was setting up for here, especially getting the troops in early. Tiebreak is the combat, is the intrigue. Not the strongest, but she'll take it. High enough goes Mentat, fine treachery. Hello. So here comes the X-Skill Compact here. So is Tezia going to actually discard Ixen Engineer? Or is she just going to discard the other 2 and just auto-reveal? Looks like that's going to be the case. She's just going to arm up here, protect the Alliance, and she's just going to sit and wait here. So that's that. I don't remember. Should the Dreadnought be there? Did she win last combat? I assume she did. Hope so. It's gonna look
yes, she definitely did.
She did. All right, then. So she would go there. So Tezia's not a bad spot here, but it's a little bit precarious. She's going to continue to be harassed by Ikaz, so that's what takes the Engineer, does not take Guild Ambassadors. It's going to cause some problems. Ikaz is, I didn't see what he did. He just went Steel Suits, I think. Taking the water.
Trying to get that water.
He did. Just taking the water. Yuna does not need to put any troops in, just taking Carfag. Finds Infiltrate. That's a very, very strong intrigue there. Helena is going to fire in with Treachery here to take the double bump, and everything's going in here. And she has backup Swordswell with Fadake and Commander. We'll get Fremen Bond here, so Yuna will not be able to take this combat down. She can't even tie it. It is good for Helena. Tezia reveals Extentia for the point. Takes Tezia up to 6 points here, which is going to be pretty desirable here. She's in good spot. Like, PoppaG's set up not badly. The problem is he's got a lot of catching up to do now, and it's possible he may have just taken too long here. So there's problems, but we'll see.
Yeah, I definitely need to start finding his points
Yeah,
soon before Tessie ends the game, because I can see this game ending round 7 easily.
It's very possible here. He's running out of time here, so he's got a lot of work to do. Yuna does take one of the Fopters, makes total sense. Communication turns up on the roads are pretty good, so Helena will be taking Guild Bankers, I'm sure. That is good. There's enough strength. Yuna cannot catch. Doing the maths, realizing can't get there, so Guild Bankers taken. I don't know if she's actually going to actually see Guild Bankers this game. It's not possible she might not even see it. It's kind of insane. It just takes a liaison, just looking to back up a... so at some point, nothing will happen here. Combat's going to be resolved as you see it. PoppaG takes the water. Yuna taking the Warren to Solari. And Helena will take the Faction Alliance and will get a bump with... I think I don't like that. I think I would have been tempted to go with the Emperor there. Just get one of your passives there, I guess. But however you want to see it. I guess she's just going to rush the... Bene Gesserit Alliance and call it a day. And we'll move on.
Pretty much what you're saying here when you're taking the Bene Gesserit Alliance, the Bene Gesserit bump here is that you're going for the faction, because chances are you're taking another one of those spots later in the game with selective breeding or something like that. So
yeah, I'm not entirely sure how she's getting her 2 bumps with the Emperor now is the problem. So in any event, so Yuna will go into the shipping first, obviously, as you'd expect. Helena's got a bit of a weird hand. Tezia's found her Imperial Spy. She'll be wanting to fire off to wealth pretty quickly. Ikaz with a, curious hand. He has potential to keep putting pressure on Tezia if she wants. Yuna's also going to take the cash, you would imagine, looking to build up for the... whatchamacallit, for the Signet Ring. The great thing as well for Yuna is having 3 bumps on the Emperor track with your Signet Ring. Very strong, because obviously you can take the bump with your farm delivery, get like 5 troops in on like a city space or something like that, or 6 troops on a city space. Very, very strong, very dangerous.
yep.
Helena will take the spice. Tezia is going to go ahead and take the spice at Great Flat first. Okay, so just arming up here. Gets both the Dreadnoughts in, which are now both released from combat. Ikaz is going to take the Emperor Alliance, is going to take the Alliance here from Tezia. There's nothing she could do about it. She had no way of defending it, which is a little unfortunate. The way it goes. So nothing she can do there. That is just, unfortunate. But at least now she can duplicit away from that, and she can focus. That's the one great thing with Tezia. Even if you do lose the alliance you go for initially, you can just duplicit that faction influence away into other factions, mainly the Emperor and the Bene Gesserit. But Tezia, realistically needs to have at least one alliance, you would imagine, usually to win the game. Hard to win without one, so she has got work to do.
Yeah, she also has memo quarters too, so she wants to get those 3 bumps everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing as well. Memo quarters is a back pocket thing. It's kind of hard to get memo quarters the actual point off. Usually, I tend to find in Rise of X, it's a lot harder.
It's a bit easier with Tessia. So
Tezia is definitely better at it, or Baron, for example. They're the 2 that can, or maybe sometimes even Yuna can do it as well. But it's not easy getting that off, regardless. So she does lose the point. Means Helena is in the lead currently, but a lot to fight for here. Tezia does have Grand Conspiracy in mind here, so she will want to start getting hold of Spiceless Flows here. She also needs to start rocketing some influence as well. Artillery taken for Yuna, as well as her first Dreadnought of the game, so she is arming up here in response, as you'd expect to see. Helena is just going to start rocketing this faction, as we expected. No real surprise here.
2 cards, would she get enough for a Spice Must Flow? Probably
That's what she's
not.
hunting for.
With Biter.
Well, Biter helps, so that Spice Must Flow. She does find Worm Riders, though. It's a shame. Worm Riders doing absolutely nothing, so that's a bit unfortunate. Tezia now arming up her High Council. So bear in mind, this combines with Restricted Ones. She has +4 swords on all combats now, which is pretty huge. With 2 Dreadnoughts, that is very scary.
Hey, Yuna kind of forced to go Hardy Warriors if she wants to win this combat.
Let's see, we'll see. So Ikaz is going to start looking to get troops in here. It's kind of about first place here. Arakane is the combat here. The Solari's not really that valuable at this point. Although Ikaz does find Chom shares for restricted card fame, which is kind of insane. Here comes Yuna. Does Yuna fire Rain Hardy Warriors? Tezia still has to act behind, though, and that's got to be concerning. But she has no troops in garrison, so she's just going to go ahead and go siege here. Picking up some water, which is interesting. I am a little surprised she didn't go Hardy Warriors there and just absolutely bombed this.
Yeah, especially with 4 swords in your back pocket with intrigues. Don't think it would have been the worst play.
Yeah, I mean, what's going on here?
She needs to find points.
Is she after the Solari? I think she's going after the Solari here, which I don't like. I mean, you've got so many troops in your garrison, you need to start using them. She's trying to calculate with like her intrigues. Obviously, Tezia does not have any intrigues, so she's trying to like cheat this. She has artillery for the dagger here, so she's trying to kind of win this with strategic push, and her dagger is what she's trying to do. Find Reverend behind, who's going to be on the reveal. That's pretty nice. So Yuna trying to kind of min-max this a little bit, which is always very dangerous, because you don't know what's going to happen. Helena will take the Water Peddler and will take the Spice Must Flow here. But Helena's deck's now getting kind of chunky. So she's going to have to kind of cycle through this pretty quick here. But she has another step on Grand Conspiracy. Grand Conspiracy still needs needs another bump with the Bene Gesserit to get a victory point out of that. She's never getting the 2 Dreadnoughts. Like, I don't think that's ever happening this game. So she's just going to get the 1 victory point from that if she can. But Helena in a good spot here. Kind of benefiting from the infighting between Tezia and Ikaz here. It's working to her benefit, definitely. Helena's kind of just staying out of it, kind of being non-interactive. It's kind of the idea. Tezia will be going Wealth. She does decide to go Wealth, not Conspire. Ooh, that's a nice one for Tezia. Oh my goodness me. That's going to be some Alliance steals coming here pretty soon. Yikes. And then invasion ships for Ikaz. But again, Ikaz has got a lot of work to do in not a lot of time here, so he's in some trouble here. Yuna gets 2 swords for the for that. She's going to be concerned about this intrigue, though, but she's going to kind of get away with this. She's a little fortunate here. Took a chance, but it's going to work out for her. She will be taking this combat down with strategic push. She's going to be good, but definitely took a chance there. Truthsayer taken. Sidina turns up on the road here. That's going to give some interest to players. Everyone's got a load of water here, so I wouldn't be surprised if Tezia takes this. It's also faction access as well, which is great. Great card for Tezia. Nice find.
I definitely expect to see it at least 1 more time.
Yeah, I mean, you imagine, so she's got 15 cards, kind of chunky. Ikaz is going to just withdraw the troops, taking him down to 2 strength. Obviously makes no difference. That's going to be all she writes here. Tezia Vernis will be able to take the victory with strategic push. She only gets 2 Solari, not 3, by the way. It is, so that's good. Tezia will be saying, no, I'm good. So Yuna takes the point. It's a valuable point. It's a much needed point here. Definitely need to start winning some of these combats, but there's a long way to go.
So we have Ikaz and Yuna both armed up for the Tier 3 conflicts.
But Tezia has 2 Dreadnoughts, and she has and she's got restricted ordnance, so she's hardly not there. And first up is going to be
7 Spice.
Ooh, what a combat here! Economic supremacy. Wow, everyone can make a lot of use out of this. It's going to be very hard fought for here. This is going to be very violent. This is going to be good stuff here. Helena's got a kind of horrendous hand, actually. She's drawn pretty badly here. And Helena now is suddenly in a bit of trouble here, I reckon. She has no faction access. She cannot secure this alliance.
Mentat looks like...
I mean, Mentat seems a place to start, but it's all kind of... She's in some trouble here. She's going to go instead of shipping first, and then she's going to kind of reassess and see what's going on here. But this is a good spot for Helena. Helena's in trouble here. She's going to struggle to keep in front. What a combat as well to see is Helena. You think someone could well take 3 points from this. That is very scary. Everyone's got a decision to make here. So currently, Tezia is the only person that can go Highliner. Do you just go Highliner immediately here and just get them in, or threaten to get them in? You know, just secure it. I mean, Ekaz does have invasion shits, which is scary. So you've got to be concerned that he's highlinering as well. But then the problem is, if you highliner, of course, you're struggling to get hold of free victory points here. So do you maybe go Hardy Warriors instead? I don't know. There's a lot of things to consider here. You've got Sidina, though, so you don't want to be spending the water. You want to save that victory point. I don't know. It's a tricky one.
If Tessia knew Ekaz's exact intrigues, then go Hardy Warriors, right? Block him from
100%.
dipping. But
Might go Mentat first.
Here.
It's going to go Mentat first. Ooh, she's taking more spice. If she's taking more spice, that's saying I am intending to go highliners, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it's doing. It's saying I'm going to
I'm going highliners and I want to take all 3 points. Is more or less, looks like that's going to be the, that's the threat here. It's a weird opening move, but that's generally the way here.
Ekaz could put in a lot of troops this next turn.
Ekaz just throwing a ton of cards onto the deck. I mean, it's like, whatever. I love when people do that. It's like, you don't know what's going to happen in 3 turns. Guild Authorization for Tessia. It's a bit of a needle card there. But anyway, it's not actually that bad. She can pick up extra Solari for that. If she finds, like, some stuff to pay for. Here comes Bribery here. So she has Duplicit as well. Oh, she's going to take the Alliance. She gets a double bump from her token here. So that's what's going on. She's going to sweep the Alliance away from Yuna Moritani here.
Wow, what a good
spot. Whoa. Hold on. Hold on.
What's going on? Everyone's taking
Hold on, guys. Hold on. People need to slow down here. Hold on. All right, hold on a second here. Right, so Yuna, Yuna needed to... When did you take your bribery? Did you take your bribery with Emperor? Yeah, because you get another bump. You got all this to resolve here. So guys need to slow down a second. All right. Players just sort themselves out here, but yeah. And this is the danger when you've got people that are playing quick, and then stuff gets missed, and important stuff as well, like alliances and that. Like it does complicate things. So now players have got to sort themselves out here. So I assume we're probably carrying on. The players are now going to be talking amongst themselves, trying to sort out what they're doing here. They are in their own chat, so they're going to be organising. It's not even one where, like, Tessia has to take the extra bump. It's not even like she clearly briberied.
So,
and she
the thing is, I think you can argue that the 2 troops don't have to go in.
Well, I mean, that's the questionable, but I mean, like, she has to take the extra bump
with
the Emperor. She's forced to take the extra bump because she didn't take the duplicit bump. She clearly took the bump from bribery and then duplicited as well, so that's what they're sorting out here. So they're just rearranging themselves, sorting this out. It's the way it goes sometimes, you know. Take things so there's no time limit in these games, you don't need to hurry up. Looks like everyone's happy with what they've done. Ekaz hasn't changed his mind. Yuna's not changed their mind. So it looks like play's going to continue on with Helena here. And we'll be moving on here. But yeah, that can happen. You know, players just accelerating through. Stuff gets missed, and you just get this situation. So anyway, so getting back to the game. So Helena is up next, I imagine. Helena still has a horrendous hand here and needs to work out what she's doing with it.
And Mentat's taken, so...
It didn't go for it first up. A little bit surprised given the fact she's the only player without Swordmaster. So I'm a little surprised she didn't go for that. Now it's like, what does Helena do to score here? Like, she's in trouble. I think she was also considering going smuggling as well, but that is also out the way here. So that's not an option.
Maybe you get a Dreadnought and hope to get another one next round. If there is a next round.
I mean, I don't hate that. You know, I don't actually hate that. And looking to get both Dreadnoughts to get a victory point their way, it's not... It feels kind of horrid.
Yeah.
It feels bad, but what else are you doing here,
You don't want to get in
this
combat. Like, drawing doesn't do anything for you right now.
Yeah,
maybe grab a water?
And she does. Looks like she's going to do it, yeah. I think it feels kind of bad, but I don't see what else you're going to do here. It looks a bit weird as well. Like, you probably have to take, like, Sonic Snoopers to kind of keep this from looking crazy suspicious. You are going to get a spice back. I think Sonic Snoopers is fine, although you're not really ever trashing Grand Conspiracy, but I think you've got to take this. So we'll do so.
Take it so it's not super obvious you have Grand Grand Conspiracy.
Poison
But
Snooper
if
is
she gives another one next time,
Yeah, you've got Pyder
Should
as
be
well.
alright.
You might be able to use and also that will put aside shifting the inches. She's never going to see shifting here. Is the unfortunate thing, but at least no one else is getting it. So that looks all resolved here. She needs to pay for the spice, and then we're ready to rock and roll here. So Helena's going to have it in the back pocket, looking to try and find her way to picking up the second dreadnought somehow. I don't know how she's going to do it, but we'll see. So Tezzy is now up. Tezzy's going to start rocking and rolling here. The great thing with guild authorization is she can even maybe, like, I don't know how she'd ever duplicit away from the faction, but we'll see. Here comes the diversion, which is why Ekaz took the bump up, so we'll be able to get in extra troops here. Might just take wind traps for the water, I guess. I don't think trashing cards is valuable. He can't get on a flagship, too expensive for him. Chamuki turns up here. That might not be a bad tech for some people here. This is going to be a pretty close finish, I imagine. There might be some interest here. We'll see. So the extra troops going in here. Ekaz can't realistically challenge for the victory, though. Maybe just trying to force Tezia to spend more turns and putting more troops in. I mean, he has an extra turn, though, so he can go city here. So we'll see what Tezia decides to do. Is Tezia going to feel forced to go Highliner here? She's got an awful spot because she can't put in any more troops. This is very awkward for Tezia Vernius. I'm not sure what she wants to do. She could conspire and rapid mobilize. That is an option to help secure that alliance instead of going Highliner. But you'd still lose out on a victory point. So I don't know what Tezia Vernius does here. It's a tricky spot.
and I think she was really hoping to just end the game right now. Maybe going selective breeding, get that point there.
I mean, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's tough. But I mean, to be fair, it's not that bad. Like, if you go selective breeding, like, you're getting 2 points still. But Ekaz is set for all 3. Weird thing for Ekaz, though, is he's also got Chome shares. So, like, if he wins all 3 points here, it's hard for him to get Chome shares off. So, it's a little bit awkward for him. We'll see what the plan is.
Meanwhile, Yuna's just drawing her entire deck.
Yuna's just drawing a million cards here, looking to buy Spiceless Flow. She's got it just. Still got actions to go, though.
Yeah, she has more draw as well.
Helena has kind of a nothing hand. Has 5 to buy. I mean, I'd just take negotiated, get the troop into garrison. Another Ixen engineer pulls off, by the way. Wow, Tezia might consider that, but she's never getting there. So Tezia's got a fire back of Highlander now. She's kind of forced, or is she going to say, so be it? She is. She's going to say, all right, Ekaz, let's go. Let's rock and roll. So that's an extra. She gets an extra intrigue for this, by the way, as well, with her 4th snooper token. So
And she actually will have enough to pay for both because she can guild authorization to get the 3 Solari from the
she would,
guild.
but she's got to. But
she has to win.
She has to win the
to
combat. The first problem. Signet Ring goes. Yeah. Signet Ring is done. She does get an extra intrigue, as well. But she didn't take it by the end of the round. I have to tell her she has because rewards are mandatory. Like, I mean, we're not here to police, but mandatory rewards are mandatory, so I have to tell them that they've got them.
She sees it.
Recruit mission is taken. That's not what she wanted, so the combat will be lost here. Ekaz will throw in. But this isn't the best. This isn't the best for Ekaz, though, because he's going to struggle to actually get hold of Chome shares here. But it's a big combat. It gets him back in the game here. He needed it. Doesn't have to take a card, Signaling. You're not obliged. So, he'll just take a liaison, though, I guess. It's kind of like a whatever. Yuna's up here. So, Yuna has 9 persuasion currently. She also would very much like her alliance back. So, interesting to see what the plan is here.
Doesn't have a ring yet.
Smuggler's Fox is first. Smuggler's Fox was first, which I think is fine. Draw 2 more cards. You know you're good for second place here. You're never getting any more. You're never getting a victory point out of this. She has 8 swords in hand though. Daggers 2, Truthsayer's 2, and Tiebreaker is 2. So she's got 6 swords in hand. So she basically has 10 strength if she wants it.
Yeah, she might even.
She has 2 actions. Like I actually don't hate that. I actually reckon going Smuggler's Fopter And then you could actually go to, like, Siege with your Signet Ring if you draw it and put in a ton of troops. And all of a sudden, she might actually win this combat.
Is she considering Truthsayer? For
It
Moheim?
is there. This combat is there to win. The problem is Tezia's free intrigues, and that's scary. And you think Ekaz may well have one as well, so... But this is winnable for Yuna, as it turns out. She Smuggler's Fopter. If she finds a Signet Ring, she can then go Siege and cash in Final Delivery and win this combat. She'd be able to put in 5 extra troops. 6 extra troops she'd be able to put in, which would get her to 16 strength. Truthsayer and Dagger minimum is 20. Tiebreaker is 22. She has Infiltrate as well if she wants to go Karfag to try and get even more combat. This is winnable. But does she back herself to win this? It's a big choice.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's a big choice, but you'd think you'd at least get second. You think at the very least you get a victory point here.
Yeah, you go for it.
There's no way she can get hold of her alliance back. That is not available. She can't do it, so she might feel forced to go into combat. What else are you doing here? You really just gonna go Wealth? If you Final Delivery, you can Final Delivery and take the Emperor bump, like I said earlier, and just port 1,000,000 troops in. You can win this combat. Does she think she can do it, though? It's there to do. It's a coin flip. The problem is the Signet Ring is not guaranteed. It's a coin flip. But I think the coin flip is worth it, and she's going to go for it here. This is a big, big moment. She finds it. She could well win this game. She'd be a big favorite. Here they come. Draw the 2 cards. Here you go. Big moment. No. Oh, she doesn't find it. Oh, that hurts. That is a shame. But she still has, 20 strength if she wants it. And she's going to see that neither player has 20 strength. This might encourage her to think, well, I'm probably going to... You'd like to think you get a victory point out of this minimum. This is going to be interesting. Does she back herself here, does Yuna? Oh, and the recruitment engine, of course! And that recruitment engine gets extension on top of her deck. Wow, so that's a guaranteed victory point next round. That is huge. Didn't even think of that when she drew the card. That is enormous. So that is a victory point in the bag. That basically can't be stopped. Huge for Tezia. That's enormous.
She also 1 bump away from Emma Quarters as well.
She is as well, so there's endgame there. Maybe this is why she wasn't too unhappy to let Ekaz win this combat. She figured, well, I'm going to get my victory points elsewhere, and Ekaz has used a ton of resources to do this, and I'm just going to have 2 Dreadnoughts ready for the next combat with Restricted Ordnance, so I'm a decent favor for it, so... And she's threatening the Bene Gesserit Alliance, she's threatening all sorts of stuff here. She's going to take space travel as well top of the deck here, so she's threatening more Highlander action. Ekaz is going to go ahead and use Cho'um shares now because he's scared he's going to lose the combat, which I don't hate because Yuna's got put troops in here. That's pretty concerning.
Yeah, that's a good choice actually because at most it costs you what one Solari.
It's going to cost him a Solari, yeah, and it's going to be hard for him to fire both off. So I think this is fine. Yeah, I don't hate this. So back to Yuna. So Yuna has the option to do it if she wants. It is there. 20 strength is there. It's there if she wants it to go to Siege or even infiltrate Karfag. It's there to do it.
Yeah, I like infiltrate
It's so
Karfag.
tough to commit here. It really is. It's really difficult. But it's there to win if she does it. She will win this combat. She will get 3 victory points, but she doesn't think she can do it. She's going to back herself for next round. It's so hard. It's really hard to find it. It's really... But PoppaG has no intrigues. Oh, but she doesn't...
at least go for second, right? It's a point.
It's a point. Oh, but she doesn't do it. She can't pull the trigger. That is agony. And really unfortunate for Yuna there. That is massive. And both players are going to see this and realize they kind of got away with this one. So, just takes the Spiceman's Flow, and is going to threaten the Alliance here. Does not fire into the combat with Reconnaissance. That would have been possibly game over. or near enough game over, but decides against it. So, and I don't like taking the bump at the end. I mean, I guess she's doing it to take the alliance. I mean, there's just all sorts happening here. But Tezia is gonna pass here, and Yuna maybe now seeing this and realizing she could have won this combat now. Probably sees it. So, kind of agony. Ikaz gets a couple of points. Tezia 1. We're gonna go another round here, but that's a big combat to give up. If this is like Grand Vision, it's a disaster for Yuna. It is not. Arakeen is the combat here. So a bonus troop for Yuna out of her supply, which is handy. 2 victory points is an absolute must-win for Yuna. Helena all of a sudden is in real trouble here, by the way. Like, she was looking pretty good early on, but this game has just completely gone. She's lost all momentum here. Tezia's up first. So what does Tezia do here? She's got no faction access. She can't get anywhere. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness me. She can't defend the Emperor. She can't take the space, the Bene Gesserit. She's not found a diplomacy. She's going...
She can get flagships here. If she trashed
she is trashing that, which makes sense. So she's threatening flag. There's a lot happening here in this game. Everything's being threatened by everyone. Yuna can take flagships first, though, by going to tech negotiation. It's all happening here. This is going to be... I do not know how this is going to go. This is anyone's game here. Ikaz
has a point.
Ikaz needs spice for Guild Ambassador. How does he get hold of the spice? He has the water, so he can just go to Great Flat or go Great Flat, and that's a point. But he needs more than that is the problem. 1 point is not enough. Real tough spot here for Ikaz here, deciding out what do you do. Very difficult. I think you've got to go Great Flat first, and I guess kind of reassess.
Maybe Mentat, draw 2 cards.
Could go Mentat, draw 2 cards, but if you don't find any mining access, you're going to feel pretty silly.
Oh, that's true. It's the only mining access.
It's the only... Well, I mean, you could go Mentat with Bene Gesserit system. That feels really bad. He's not using Guild Ambassador for it, so it's a tough spot here for Ikaz. Mentat's a punt. It's a real punt. You're the only person that could get to Great Flat, but if you don't draw access, all of a sudden you have issues. Because you ain't getting to any more drawing spots. Not easily. Or do you infiltrate? Do you infiltrate to Research Station, maybe, and draw 4 cards?
But then how are you going to get the spice?
That's the problem. So he is going to punt Mentat. He's going to hope he's lucky here. That's no good. Shifting does allow for some mining access. Okay. And he can get an extra point anyways from selective. So we'll see what the plan is here. Interesting. So there's options. Off to Yuna. Yuna's sure he's going to just highlight here immediately. I think flagship's there, but 2 victory points. Like, you absolutely must win this combat. If you don't highlight it, how do you win this combat? You've got your Signet Ring. Signet Ring's going to be first here, drawing some cards. So a ton of troops are coming in.
She will use the ring to steal the Emperor Alliance.
Yeah, Emperor Alliance is taken. So she gets 3 more troops in. 1 for Signet Ring, and then 2 more for the Emperor.
No, she already had the 2 troops from Emperor. She's got 1 extra bump.
No. She's too short here. She needs to. She's got it. I mean, she can put in 6. It should be noted. I think she might be slightly short. I mean, no, she's got enough troops, but I guess she's just holding them off for now. Okay, whatever. Royal Rider's being played for just taking the extra spice here. I guess instead of shipping, you might as well. She can't get hold of flagship. She's short. She's gonna go. She's gonna go there instead, just trying to get hold of more money. I mean, I don't think it really matters. This will secure her Bene Gesserit alliance. Also gets her Grand Prix point. She finds core on the market. She has a spice must flow. If she finds a second, which she's going to be able to do, she's going to get a point somewhere. So that's a pretty big find.
Huge.
Core the market gets her back in the game here. If Yuna doesn't find a spice to slow at the end of this round, Helena's getting 2 victory points out of that and a 3rd one at a Grand Conspiracy. That is a ridiculous find.
And
wow.
She has enough for her 2nd Dreadnought too.
Wow. That is That is insane.
4 endgame VPs.
Wow. I mean, Helena has just been saved by Core in the Market, very likely here. Can you believe that? That's a crazy find. Outrageous. Tessie Avernius is going to take flagships. So that's all of the spice gone. So she ain't going highliners. So that's a point. That gets her to 9. Obviously, she's going to trash extension, so that will get her to 10. But beyond that, I don't really know what else she's doing. She's going to be able to put in some troops, though, with flagships, so that's scary. This is going to be very close.
Yep, it's a close game. Tough to call here.
But Helena, I think, has just been saved by Core in the Market. That's 2 endgames BP she's about to pick up there. That is ridiculous. That's an insane find. I mean, there's not a lot you can really do as a table when that happens.
She can even grab Chamarki with it also.
She can even do that. I mean, it's disgusting. Like, Helena, that card is probably just one of the game. Wow. It's not over yet, but it seems hard. Like, how is everyone else going to get the 12 points here? I don't know. Tezian will try. Tezia could get to 12 if she wins the combat, but she's got to win the combat, and that's going to be difficult.
It's 13 points, actually.
Yeah.
Right? One for the spice as well. And then 2 for the market, 2 for Grand Conspiracy.
Dirty. Absolutely dirty. What a find there for Blue. What a ridiculous pull. So Ekaz is has to take the mining. He might as well do it this way. It's slightly cheaper. You get extra spice out of your troubles. It's an extra victory point. Might as well. And then you can use Guild Ambassador, I guess, just to take the extra spice or something. We'll see what the plan is. I don't hate this. I don't know where Guild Ambassador's going, though. All the spots are gone. So Yuna is going to go ahead and Selective Breed. So if Yuna can find an extra Spice Must Flow, that will negate one of Helena's endgame victory points. There is no activation of Mother Mahayam. The ability does not trigger. Oh, it's nowhere near enough. Oh, that's a really bad draw for Yuna here. Really bad. That's brutal. That's about as it gets. She finds another dagger, I guess, for combat. That's about the only good thing here. She has enough spice for highliner as well, so that is still ready to go here. Yuna does indeed... Helena takes it. Helena wins this game, by the way. Ridiculous. She's going to find 2 more...
Unless someone could go secrets and steal one of those.
Seam Must Awaken is not playable. Private Army is not playable. I think I would be trashing Sonic Snoopers and trying to find something and protect these 2 in-games. It's exactly what she does here.
Yep, she has to.
She's desperate to not let these get stolen because Secrets is sitting there. And the players now realize she's cycling only those 2 and realizes there's trouble here. They think she's got a ton of endgames. It's going to be apparent. If she doesn't draw or anything to find, she finds... Oh no, she can't! Plans within plans are staged! Oh my god! She can't spend anything! She's found plans within plans! Oh my god!
Someone can steal it.
This is crazy. If someone finds secrets, everyone can go there! Oh my god.
Tessia might go secret.
Tessia's got to do it. And she does. No! Oh, what's she doing? She's getting water? What?
Oh, she's going in for Mema Quarters. She wants that extra point.
Oh, she wants the extra point, and Sayadina as well. It's a Spice Must Flow! Oh my god. That's a Spice Must Flow right there. Tessie's just got 2 points. Ekaz is next. Someone has to go secrets here, surely. Ekaz is infiltrating Selective Breeding. Oh my goodness me. Is Yuna gonna do it? With Truthsayer? Someone's gotta take these intrigues, surely. Yuna's going highliner! Oh no! Helena gets away with it! Unless Ekaz, he can still go secrets though. It's still there. If no one goes secrets, Helena wins this game. Helena is going to be watching this very nervously right now. This is insane. There are victory points on offer to players here. Just go there, and there's victory points for you. Like, Tessie, if she had gone secrets and finds something plans, that's 2 points. But she can't get there now. She's nowhere to do it, so she's going to get a point for Spice Must Flow, a point for Ixen Engineer is going to get to 11. Memo Quarters gets her to 12 on the end game. But if no one takes anything from Helena, it's not going to be good.
Wow, how insane.
Carnage this. She gets some extra
It's up to
sparring.
Ekaz.
It's up to Ekaz if he goes secrets, but I don't think he's doing it. I don't know what Ekaz is doing here. She's gonna flagship to get the extra troops into garrison. There's no real point though. Oh, she's rapid mobilized, of course. So these go in. It doesn't really make much of a difference. It's like I might as well secure second place, but it doesn't really make much difference. There's Ekaz. Ekaz has signet ring ready. Oh no! He's just taking spice. He's not going secrets. No! No way! Helena Richese is gonna somehow save all of these endgames. No one's taking them. Craziness. Absolute craziness. I cannot believe this.
I don't think I've ever seen a player with all 3 of the big endgame.
Wow. And they were all stealable. And the players are going to see this and realize what has happened here. Helena Richese wins this game. She cannot be stopped here. She's going to have about 60,000 victory points. Almost all of them from endgame. I mean, can you believe that? She gets a point. She gets nothing for plans, but she gets 4 more, which is going to get to 13. Chalmurky will be good here. Well, it was good. She was clear anyway. So Helena wins this game in crazy circumstances. Tezia, I think, is going to get second with 12. PoppaG will have to settle for third place with the 9 victory points. And players are going to see it and realize what has happened. And there was, how did no one go to secrets here? Absolute craziness. I can't. Oh my god. Helena you must have been hyperventilating. Like,
that was
Jesus.
the sickest card I could have drawn right there. So my end game plan was, okay, I'm just gonna get my Dreadnought, be done with it. And then I ripped this one. Oh no, this.
You found corner, which was 1 point minimum, probably 2. And then obviously then you pull Chalmurky, which makes logical sense to secure it, and then you find 2 endgames that you can't play.
I was sweating, and then I
and then you
draw
ones. 2 more, and you pull all of this insanity here, and you're like, and
secrets
is sitting right there, and everyone can access. Crazy.
And you drew this one, right?
So initially I drew this one. These are the first 2 I had.
Oh, okay.
Chalmurky, I drew 2 other blanks, and then I dumped those 2 blanks and then drew these 2. No.
Yeah, because if this one, this would have, if you hadn't done that, this probably would have come to me in the victory draw.
Yeah. Which
would have been absolutely awesome.
Yeah, the craziness is that if you take this or Helena loses either of these 2 cards, you win the game. Is how it works itself out. And there was other points like if
but it's tough to see.
Una could get a point out of staged, Green could maybe get a point out of something. Like, it was absolute craziness. Like, you drew all of this, couldn't do anything with it, and we're just like, Secrets is sitting there, and everyone decided to do something else. Tezzy, obviously, like, you were getting 2 or 3 points. I think it was fine. I cannot believe that Green didn't go secrets. I really thought they were going to do that. I was really surprised by this. But Green, I can understand. Like, you don't know what's there, but I think the fact that you hadn't played anything, like, I would have been thinking there's got to be some end game there. Like, then,
I thought it was pretty obvious when I was going to Dreadnought twice and not really participating.
Yeah, that Grand Conspiracy was minimum. Yeah, that was pretty telling.
We talked about that.
I'm sure.
Unfortunately, my turn was very scripted. I had to go here to trigger.
Yes, you needed the memo quarters. I totally get. Like, you were getting 2 or 3 points, and you had that. So you were
the way
fine,
it worked out though, like, you were the best person to actually go there because any of these were a point for you, right? Any of these would have stolen.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Well,
stuff.
corner. I didn't have corner of the market.
Corner wasn't good, but stage you could have trashed for a point.
I mean, it still takes 2 away from.
Yeah, but you can't know. So crazy fun around, and even like Una at the end finds tiebreaker to steal 3rd place away from PoppaG as well. So that's kind of brutal.
Combat 7 was also pretty intense as well.
Yeah,
I know. What
we do need to talk about economic supremacy here. It was there for you, Una, if you wanted it, but it was so hard to pull that trigger. Like, I do sympathize, but like you made the right play. If you found your signet ring, it's so much easier, but you don't find it. But Siege was still there to take all 3 points. Real tough though.
Yeah,
Or
I saw it.
infiltrating
saw
the
it-
Carthage.
saw it
Yeah. Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't win this game if that combat hadn't, if this one hadn't gone the way it had.
Yeah, like
It's
that was the
totally
worst
obvious, right?
combat for you. Like you were looking good 2-3 rounds in, 4 rounds in, and it kind of stalled out.
Well, this
And then-
draw right here, this one right here was just awful. It was like
Yeah.
Spice with Flow and a couple of other dead cards.
Yeah, there was
Yep.
difficult. Yeah, all
You had your
your
ring
better
and
cards, But then your deck was like a bit iffy, and it was getting chunky as well. Was the problem, and that's the problem. You get chunky decks, like this can always happen, and that's kind of like, especially it's like Baron players, like they can go foul as they get ahead, they start buying loads of cards, they feel good, and these chunky decks, these awful hands, they just completely stall out. So,
Yeah, and I totally gambled on going here last turn, hoping that nobody else was gonna kind of do smuggling.
yes,
But I was
Green
the
did.
only one in position. I
Yeah,
was
and
up
then-
here,
yeah,
and
and then
everybody was
Green-
down here, so it made it not worth it for anyone.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a weird spot. But yeah, no, it was pretty crazy the previous round. It was a good game to watch. There's no question about it. And the last round was pretty nuts. There's no question. So that's going to do it. Is here for this game. What a chaotic finish that was. I mean, I imagine the players are going to look back at that and they're going to wonder how no one went to Secrets. And to be honest, I don't know how no one went to Secrets. I mean, you obviously can't know what is in Helena's hand there. Obviously, we see that she's got all those endgame intrigues and there's points just for everyone. But it goes to show you that, if you think back to how Doom was played before the Rise of Expansion came out, like, secret stealing was a very, very popular thing to do. But it has gone horribly out of fashion in the Rise of X especially. People just do not like bothering to go secret stealing. They just think getting to intrigues, they feel they can do other better stuff. But it goes to show that I think it's something that people should always have in the back of their mind. And in a situation like that, where it looks like the player is desperately trying to find intrigues they can play, and doesn't play anything there at the very end of the game. Yeah. I think players will think that was a bit of a miss. I'm looking at PoppaG, who I think played fine, but was a little bit of a victim of circumstances. Wasn't feeling too great, apparently. And even got 4th place kind of stolen from at the end. So not a good start for them. They'll be hoping for better as we go on. But yeah, what a ridiculous game to kick off the new year. Oh my goodness me. We have so many more to go as well. It's going to be good stuff. Thanks for Josh for joining us for commentary. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what we do, feel free to view the links below. I'm happy to take coffees. They're all lovely good. Have a good year, everyone. Best of luck. We'll see you in the next conflict.